personally. I love poetry, and it gives me joy, endless joy, to bring poetry to your listening ears every week on this darling station, Abwad 88.1 FM. Yeah, breathing is enough for every one of us. Ado Ekiti. My name is Funke Awodia, the sociological poet, but you can call me the farmer's daughter. I love poetry, and I think poetry loves me too. Good day, beautiful people. You're welcome once again to another interesting edition of Poetic Vibes on Abwad Radio. I'm not alone on the show today. But before I introduce my guest on the show to you, I'd like to share tips on how you can use poetry to unleash your creativity. Creativity is a fascinating entity. A poet's life most time reflecting their works, and that's why reading and listening to poetry helps to understand and explore the experience of other people, their joy, loss, dream, helps us and motivates us in our own individual lives. So, to comprehend the essence of a poet's work, you need it is crucial that you have the grasp of the nature of their creative mind. A poet transforms raw experience into poetic expressions, and poets draw inspiration from nature and life events. To the poetry lover out there, when last did you listen or read a poem? When was the last time? I mean, a poem that makes you wonder what must have inspired the poem? What is the inspiration for the poet? Whenever that happens to you, you are on a journey of unleashing your own creativity. It might not push you to write a poem, but it can motivate you to do something unique too. According to research, reading of poetry improves two aspects of creativity, what I call the creativity indicators, that's fluency and flexibility. However, reading poetry might not impact positively on originality of ideas, but having a long context with poetry is associated with creative problem solving skill. So, I put it to you, dear listening audience. When last did you read a poem or listen to an audio poem? Instead, it is time to listen to my beautiful guest in the house. She's not a poet by accident. Yeah, so let's listen to you.
Okay. The title is Nature's Protectors.
Okay.
The natures protect us, but who really protect us? Because you're out here making TikToks on safety logs, but who really direct us? A mother and a daughter, but who really protects them? Pointing out the things that requires changes, but who's ready to fight for us? We're not allowed to speak our minds or injustice consumes us. Say fear and tension is what we enjoy as a privilege. Injustice and hunger strike as our daily bread. The tears of the childless widow have nothing to do with it. The interview doesn't matter anymore. A peaceful country is what you promised us, but well, this is Nigeria, where those who are supposed to protect us are the ones killing us. The natures protect us, but who really protect us? A 7-year-old girl in the streets holding an empty plate, hoping for a little change. We hustle every day, but come back with no bustle. Omo kekere don dey streetwise. Don't be say we no get value, but na strategy to survive. Education is the key, but how come it doesn't come free? A university graduate, but hundreds of agboros are recruited every day on the street. The political thugs are just retired courtists roaming around to be fed. Country education no dey campaign. We hustle every day, but come back with no puzzle. We suppose to help ourselves, but instead now they fight each other. This is where black killing black comes in. Armed robber they show, but na police they run for safety. My country is a great example of an irony. A little fight for his freedom, they held my father in for days without eating. I had a gun pointed at my head when I was barely 8 years old. But who I won't tell? How I won't explain? A free and fair election, they say. For all I know, it is called selection. We are shamed in an insane democracy. When do we become free? Because my only freedom of speech is my figures of speech. The natures protect us, but who really protect us? Because we're out here making TikToks on safety locks, but who really direct us? Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Success Oluwabumi. That's a political poem, and that's one of the things that poetry make people do. You are very quiet, you don't talk, but look at those powerful lines. And that's why we say a writer is a writer. I'm sure that's based on your experiences as a Nigerian. Yeah, the reality is that the poet will always convert raw experiences to poetry. So, what inspired that? I know I'm not supposed to ask that, but yet I'm tempted to ask.
Okay, so I watched a video on TikTok,
Okay,
something similar to this. And
okay.
at the same time, I was watching a movie with my mom, and I saw like the main character,
Hmm.
the way she struggles, the way life was treating her very, very like
Unfair.
yeah, unfair like that. So I felt like, okay, why don't I like take on the character of this person and make it
Hmm.
like be myself? So I wrote down the poem
Hmm.
like my own character. I don't know.
That's another interesting thing about poetry. We trying to live other people's
Society
life.
exactly.
Yeah, that's why poets have many lives. Today you are a caring nurse, tomorrow you are somebody who is out there trying to inspire others. Well done, Success Oluwabumi. And recently I was having a conversation with Professor Victor Obaide, the head of department of your
Sometimes
issue.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a very nice
Yeah.
guidance to me as an undergraduate, and he said he was happy about the recent resurgence of poetry among young people. In the past, poetry don't get attention, but that is changing. And I'm happy to say here at Abuad Radio and Afe Babalola University, we read, write, and perform poetry. And to my friends on social media, I can see Brenda for asking, can we share poems here too? Oh, not today, not today, but maybe subsequently I can make it a participatory kind of thing whereby I can read your poems. I'm sorry, my dear friend Brenda Nwafo, but I appreciate the fact that you are out there.